Hi art friends! So thank you for joining me for the second part of our memory game tutorial. And this week is going to be all about adding design and color patterns to our cards. So one of the things we want to think about is when we're playing the game of memory, you don't want any hints about which cards are which. So the backs of the cards should be all the same pattern. And just remember, we have quite a few cards, we have a lot of them, so try and make it something pretty simple. The other thing that I wanted to let you know is that you can really choose to do anything you like as far as color or what material you choose to color in with, whether it's crayon or colored pencil for your letter itself. The one thing I might not recommend is marker, just because it will show through the card. So I would just kind of keep whatever it is you decide to do a little bit on the lighter side. That way you can't see the card, from the other side when you're playing the game. So let's get started. So what I decided to do was I decided that I'm going to do a little bit of a modified, that means not a full rainbow pattern. So I have my red, I have orange, yellow, green, and then I'm just going to do the blue instead of like blue, indigo and violet. So I'm just going to keep it pretty simple. So I'm going to go into the back of my card. And again, I'm starting with my A's. And I'm going to start in the corner of my A, just with the red. And I'm going to lightly shade about a quarter of the way. So basically the corner, okay? Then I'll switch it up and I'll take out my orange, start blending that. And I'm going, as far to the corners as I can. Then grabbing my yellow. And I'm going to take the yellow pretty much towards the middle. Okay, then I'll grab my green. And last but not least, my blue. And then I'll just take that right into the corner. Okay, making sure I get all the edges and the corners here. Okay, so again, this is a pretty simple pattern. I figured this is a really colorful way to add to my cards, but it was really simple. I just, did it in a couple seconds here, so I can easily match that with my other A, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple cards at a time, and you can feel free to take your time with this, okay? This is not something that has to be done in a day, all right? Do a little bit at a time, and that way it can stay relaxing and fun. And you can also take all the breaks that you need. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going again, just making sure that I have my pattern, red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. Now, as you can see, even by lining up my cards, you can see they're not exactly perfect. But what will happen is as I blend them together and as I continue to add, they're close enough that I'm not going to be able to tell and match them, especially once I have all the cards set up and finished. Okay, so just something to think about. Now on the front, as you remember, I did mine in pen, just so you could see it better on camera, but yours will be in pencil. So what you can do is you can choose any of the colors. And like I said, I would recommend going over in colored pencil or crayon, and that way you don't go through and you can't see it from the other side. You can't see the shape of the letter pressing through. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go over this in color. And again, for this one, you can match them if you want to. You don't have to, because this will be the side that you won't see as you're playing the game. So you can decide which colors you want to use there. Okay. Now, one last tip I'm going to give you. This is going to take a little bit longer, but this might be something fun to do if you do another set of cards, maybe over the summer or something like that. I had an old, fun kind of recycling idea too. I had an old cardboard piece from a cereal box. And another thing you can do is if you wanted your cards to last a little bit longer, is you can take the card and you can glue the back down here. Okay, and you'd have to obviously set them up across the whole entire cereal box, let them dry. Then you'd have to cut those out with a grown-up's help. And then you'd have to layer another piece on the back. So again, this is more of a project for when you have a lot of time. Again, maybe over the summer or something, but it would be a way of keeping your cards a little bit longer. So I just wanted to give that tip. Also a good way of recycling your cereal boxes. So just an idea there, but that is definitely not required for this particular game that we're working on for this week, but just wanted to give you that idea. All right, so thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.